Welcome everybody. Looks like we got an abbreviated crowd tonight. I've heard back from a few folks that said they weren't going to chime in tonight. They're going to spend it with their other families instead of us. So, that's all right. Everybody's got their own alternatives. Doing wood turning on every Wednesday night, so that's okay. We'll allow it to happen once in a while.
It's no time to
And
go.
with that, we got a decent program on tap for the evening. We've got should have a demo tonight. Pretty sure we got a demo tonight, and pretty sure we're gonna have some gallery tonight. So I've seen a bunch of people popping in saying they got stuff to show, and then I'm hoping we can have some interesting conversation afterwards regarding a couple different topics that were disclosed to myself. But at the top of my head, I can't remember what they are, so we'll just leave them in for a surprise for later this evening. So with that, Matt, who we got up first for gallery?
Well, first up tonight is Dale. What you got, Dale?
Ready?
First off is a little acorn box with a nice tight fit.
Oh,
made out of walnut. And I just finished it with some beeswax.
Oh,
And
Texture
next
to the
I've
top?
got, what's that?
did you texture to the top?
Nope. I don't
Okay.
have any texturing tools.
Okay.
Not in my budget, unfortunately. And I
that's
got
not blade.
another hollow form out of walnut. The whole thing's walnut, but I dyed the base and the finial.
What's your finish, Dale?
The 2X acrylic.
Real nice.
Thank you.
How'd you hollow them out, Dale?
Number one hollower.
Okay.
From both ends?
Nope, just the top.
Now, while it's still fresh on our mind, you just said you don't have a tool to make
Texture.
right. I mean,
Texturing.
yes,
Textures.
yeah, texture.
No,
Now
nope, I don't
I've
have a
heard,
texturing tool.
I have heard of using a butter knife. Now, what can anybody say about that? Has anybody heard that?
You can use one if it's flexible enough. It just becomes a chatter tool.
Right. I'm saying, but I mean, he said he
I've
doesn't
never
have anybody
tried that.
for it.
Yeah, I
We
tried
You can use
it.
a
Saw blade.
reciprocating saw blade also.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't tried that either. And then I had a lady at my craft show earlier in the month ask about urns, and I didn't have any with me. I've got a couple here that I didn't take with me, but that I had showed before, but I made a couple more. This is just a small one out of walnut with the 2X finish.
Nice.
And basically out of the same log of walnut, I made a bigger one. It's not, the top came off of it. Top back on.
Make me dizzy there, Dal.
Yeah, well, make myself dizzy sometimes too. And this one's bigger. I think it's maybe 6 or 8 inches tall.
Cool.
I like the design of the top. Yeah, a lot.
That's good looking stuff, Dale. Hey, I
Yeah, I
put
like
a
it.
link
Yeah,
in
really.
for a texturing elf Bob Grinstead showed us a couple years ago. It's the link is right there in the chat. Follow that. It's just a small rotary bit that goes in a Dremel tool, and it works great, man. That's what I use.
Okay, I might have to I'll have to look that up. Thanks.
Yeah, like I say, it's in the chat there, and quick and easy to make. Literally just takes a couple minutes to do, and you turn the handle and put that rotary tool in there. That'll give you your texture. It'll give you some anyway. The
Elf is a
great texture tool. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I got to show tonight.
All right, thanks,
Thank you,
Dale.
Dale.
Very, very nice
Thank
work.
you.
Yeah, really.
Next up is Andy. What you got, Andy?
I got a couple pens and a couple small white oak bowls. They're only like 6 inch, 5.5 white oak.
There you go.
Nice.
It's one. The other one I tried, I don't know. Sort of thought of them B-rated horror movies from the 50s and
Flying
60s.
saucer.
That's the UFO. The flying
Oh,
saucer.
yeah, but that's pretty. It's pretty.
I really
Very
like
nice.
I really like the color. That color is really, really nice.
That's
That's some good looking white oak.
that's just plain white oak off the sawmill. I got it a few years ago. It's made it out of rough cut 2x6. The finish is deft lacquer sanding sealer. And then I shallow wax is triple E and then shallow wax is friction finish. That's all those are. And then I make, of course, got to make pens. This is a, what do we got here? A Junior Duke from Turner's Warehouse. I like the little star on the end.
Cool. Yeah.
With acrylic, antique bronze. This is a click, the notice from Buford. It seems to be
That's
popular.
Oh, okay.
Junior, it's a notice click. And then I got an old manager with a green crush. This is
Oh,
not
yeah.
postable.
Okay.
Wish I'd get more light on to show it, but it's a really nice dark green crush.
Yeah, it's a good looking pen blank. So what was the color for that blue one?
That blue is sapphire blue. It's a
Sapphire, okay.
blue acrylic.
All right.
I found this when I was down at Woodcraft selling out. So I didn't buy the whole store, Dane, but I spent a lot more than I wanted to, put it that way.
Right, yeah, it's always the case, isn't it?
Yeah, I set up for, I tried to turn 10 of these. 7 of the blanks survived. I had a black crush and a white swirl. I did paint the inside of the tubes, but I guess bar on a brass scratched off, and I didn't see them until final cut. So those are on the trash, and I tried a bias cut canary wood. It's real pretty. I should have known better. I should have cut the corners off on a belt sander. Says, nah, I'll wait till I get close before I fill it with super glue, and it didn't survive either. And I couldn't find a corner that fell off.
Canary wood, beautiful.
You're talking about
That's
oak,
it.
right?
What's that?
Oh, you're talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to save that canary wood, but this bias cut, it looked real pretty.
Mm.
I should have known better, should have soaked in super glue first like black palm, but I didn't. So I'll
Yeah.
learn for the next ones.
Right.
That's
That's
about
all
all
good.
I
You had
got.
fun doing it, right?
Oh yeah, that's all I got. I'm still working on that walnuts that I got. Having such a hard time between the a lot of white sapwood on it, so I'm trying to keep it for the contrast. Those two just cut so totally different.
They
Dark
do.
brown is
Yeah.
hard as a rock, and then white sapwood is just, it's not really worth keeping on. I'll probably just get a chainsaw and cut all the white off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a dramatic piece of wood, yeah, but there's just so much difference between the white and the dark. It's
Oh,
almost
yeah.
impossible.
Yeah, but that can look real
Sometimes you
pretty.
can get a nice balance between the two. It looks really good.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been trying. That's why I got 4 blanks in a shed still, debating on throw them in the fire or try to make them work.
I like making bowls and stuff out of those. You get the sapwood in the edges of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to keep, but it's just real different cuts between the two woods.
It is. Yep. Very cool. Nice work.
Well, thank you.
Thank you,
That's
Andy.
all I got today, guys and girls.
We're gonna go see Al next. He's got to start his video first, though. Start your video, Al.
Yeah, try can't start my video. Oh, you
There
sent
it
that
is.
to me. I usually do it manually. Anyway, first of all, really, this is what tomorrow is all about. I made this with an 1/8 inch straight flute on a router. I did it by hand. Give us this
Wow.
dough. Our
That's
daily
great.
great. That is great. That's fantastic.
I got the idea.
Right.
Remember a long time ago, there was a Wood magazine that was called Wood,
Yep.
and I got the idea from that, and yeah, I did it all by hand, all freehand.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
Impressive.
Al.
How many hours in that?
Actually, once you lay it out, and you have the router, and when you use a router, and I had an 1/8 inch straight flute with it. Make sure you just always bring it back to you all the time.
Right.
And you stay in pretty good control with it. I probably say laying it on stuff maybe 3-4 hours around there.
Oh, wow.
I ruin it. I ruin it all the time. What it was I didn't read what I just saw there. Somebody said something, a question. But I don't know. Yeah, 3-4 hours. Laying it out was probably just as difficult. I used the old fashioned the blue copier, and I put my tracer on that, and that's how I drew it. But there's that, and this is what I started last week. I haven't get into a whole lot of wood turning lately, but this is my spider bull.
It's cool.
I only have 2 coats of tung oil on it now, and it's cracking, and there's gonna possibly, this is the top part. This was part of the top of the log. I cut into it this way, and I dug out this top part. I don't know if I'm going to use it yet or not. Then I want to put a finial on top of it. So it could either be a box, it could be a bowl. I left a little bit, just a little bit down, and you can't see it. I left a little bit at the bottom, enough that I could put a candle in, so it could be a candle holder. This is my spider leg, 8-point bowl, whatever. I undercut underneath. There is a nice big undercut rim. Can you see it?
Piece has it
Yeah.
all.
It has everything in it.
And
Nice.
I left as much bark as I can. But it was cracking. And now, can I have 1 more minute? Can I have 1 more minute?
Yes.
I demonstrated a couple months ago, and it was a horrible demonstration. And I want to try something right now for a minute. And I want to see if it works. Can I have a minute with that? To go and turn the lathe on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Wait, I gotta bring this over here, don't I?
Yeah, don't they just leave us over in the corner?
I thought you just wanted to
Yeah,
go away and
well,
turn on
that
your
way.
light.
Yeah. Okay, can you see? I just have a little piece of wood there. I'm not gonna do much with it. I just want to turn everything on, and see if it, comes across any better. Is all. Just give me a minute. I owe you guys. I owe you guys a demo. Give me 1 second. Put my mask and face shield on. I'm going to turn everything on the way. I would do. I just want to see if it's distorted as the last thing was.
Okay.
Can't hear your tool at all.
Hey, Al,
It's
talk
just
a little
not
bit so
freezing
we can
up.
hear you.
Can you talk to us, Al?
He's got his respirator on.
Oh, okay.
It did not freeze up. Al.
How was it distorted also?
No, you
No,
look
it
good.
did not. It did not freeze up. It looked good. But if you were talking, we couldn't hear you because you having your
I was
respirator on.
not talking. I just wanted to see if it was going to do the same. I mean, if you remember my last demo, you couldn't watch it, you couldn't hear it. So you were
Right.
able to see this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. No problem.
Okay.
No
Okay.
problem.
Good. Yeah, sign me up for something then, Dane. I just want to know
Okay,
if it
that'll
was
work
going to
out.
work this time.
Right on. Appreciate it, man.
That's all.
Appreciate it.
No, really, I appreciate everything every Wednesday night. Everybody be good.
Thanks, Al.
Good night, guys.
Happy
Good
Thanksgiving.
night, good night, Al.
Good night, everyone.
That's
All
how
right, we
easy
ready
it
to
is
move
sign
on?
up for a demo, folks.
There you go. All right, so thanks, Al. Next up is Roger. What you got, Roger?
Well, I'm still playing with the walnut. As you can
All
see,
one
there's a
piece.
couple little divots in the bottom that I couldn't get rid of.
Pretty shape.
Beautiful.
I like it.
But my son wants wooden dishes that he can use. He does Dickens Fair in San Francisco every year. And everything's period.
No, I wasn't talking.
So he had 3 or 4 bowls that he made or while he was visiting me at different times. And the kids have bowls that I've made and he's made. So this I think is going to go to him. But I'm just concerned about the little divots in it. And I'm also starting working for when I do the level up class, I need to have clamps for everybody. I don't have enough metal clamps for everybody in the class. So I'm starting making these
This is Roger.
that they show on Earls. And they seem to hold pretty tight. So I'll make a bunch of these and have them with me for the class.
Nice. You're being summoned, Roger, over your
Yeah,
right
I
shoulder.
know. So
We're just looking out
all
for
right,
your well-being.
go on to the next.
Very cool.
Okay, thank you very much, Roger.
Thanks, Roger.
What?
Next up is Patrick. What you got, Patrick?
Hey, last week we trimmed some tree branches for a lady, and most of it was just old rotten water oak. But we did trim a couple off of a sycamore, and she wanted a bowl out of part of one of the limbs.
Nice.
That's
So
pretty.
that's natural edge off of one side, and this is the opposite side.
Nice.
Nice.
Very pretty.
And then I was looking through my walnut stash and find another piece with a little bit of figure in it. So I figured I'd turn a candy dish out of it.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Very nice. Look at the figure.
What's your finish? What'd you finish it with? That's really nice finish.
It's Prolux lacquer, and then I buffed it out with abrasive paste and high gloss wax.
Oh man, that's a beautiful finish.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty piece, Roger. Really pretty.
That's really
Very
gorgeous.
nice. Pretty grain.
Look, nice design and And yeah, that's great. That's pretty.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the little
pretty.
medallion
And the
in the
wood,
middle.
the wood's like ridiculously great, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep
Wow.
looking at my walnut stash and coming up with different pieces, and it seems like each one gets a little better.
Mm.
No complaints there.
Came out pretty neat. And that's all I got for this week.
Very cool. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
Next up is Gary. What you got, Gary?
Well, I've got an extra couple of different hobbies, and one of them, this is the latest turning that I just did. It's only 22 inches long, and it was for one of my other hobbies. And let's see if that's coming through. I've clicked on it. Let's see, how about this one? Are you still seeing me? You are, aren't you?
Yep. We're
Yeah,
seeing
we
you.
still see you.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There's the piece that I had. It was 22 inches. These are each of these are 8-inch squares. It's a wall hanging. I still have a little bit more work where my wife ironing it out, but I did the embroidery. There's only 230,436 stitches in it.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Of course, you counted them manually.
No, are you
And
sure?
you did that? You did that, Gary?
Yeah, well, I didn't design it. It was a pattern that we got, but
That's still a lot of work, though.
yeah,
That is a lot of work.
there's over,
My grandmother did that, and believe me, it was like all day.
yeah, there's about 8 hours on the machine just on the stitching of it.
I'm surprised you did that with so few stitches.
Oh, yeah, right. And it's still a little bit more to where I'm going to have a cording with a tassel that'll go across, and some of the grooves are in there. So it's still work in progress, but you know,
It's not only what you're seeing, but each color you had to go and change the bobber in the machine.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yes.
that's the most pain in the butt there is.
Yeah, it takes about I've got it down to less than a minute per color change, and there's about 20 color changes I think in this one, and 22 or something.
Yep.
So it all, wood turning is all just part of it. So, you know, let's see here if I can figure out how to get back. Let's see, stop share. There it is.
Very nice.
So that's what I've gotten. What I've been working on lately is, you know, wood turning is all just part of life.
Yes,
It is.
Yep.
It's empowering too because it lets you make tools for other things.
Yes, and to me, that's what my wood turning is. It is a tool to create things, whether it's a bowl or something like this for a header on a wall hanging or whatever.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was very
All right, well-
pretty. Very pretty.
Very nice.
Thank you, Gary.
You're welcome.
Next up is Jason. What you got, Jason?
Okay, so a couple of years ago, I did bowls for Christmas. Last year it was hollowed ornaments. I decided this year was going to be boxes to use up some of the corners from the bowls. Well, the first one that I did, believe it or not, that was not one piece of wood, but the grain match came out pretty nice. There were opposite corners or adjacent corners off of an apple bowl that I had made, and the grain pattern came out pretty good. And the bottom's got a little button, but on the inside, I put some decoration with one of those little shop-made elf tools. They do work pretty good. I did realize with mine, I made it too ergonomic, so the front end of it could be a little more convenient for working off the tool rest. So I may make another one. So then my second box again was another apple box. This time I put the decoration on the outside of the lid and on the inside. So gave it a little more pizzazz, I guess. And then I did one more. This one's out of cherry, and I called it the Grimace box. the way the wood was set up that I had, it just lent to that shape, and I let it go. And so I called it the Grimace box. But
It's
no
cute.
decoration on that one. I was too
No,
tired.
that's pretty. That's just pretty.
Very cool.
It is.
Yep.
That's pretty.
And they're all just boiled linseed
Story.
oil for the finish.
Just pretty.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice, Jason. Thank you. All right, next up is Jim Duxbury. What you got, Jim?
Oh, okay. Well, Roger struck a note tonight. He's got a walnut plate with a big gash in it. Here's what I do with walnut, the things that break. This was going to be an oval pepper mill, and it's all drilled and it's roughed out, and the wood's not right, and it's starting to check. I don't know. It breaks. It broke
Oh, I
across
see
the
that.
top. I got it here over here. It broke in the side here.
Oh no.
So what are you going to do with it, Jim?
I'm going to heat the shop with it. I don't mess with this stuff. I don't fill it with anything. I don't pour gallon of CA glue on it. It's going to heat the shop.
What kind of wood was that, Jim?
It's a mahogany.
Okay.
No, it isn't. It's walnut. It's walnut. This was a this is a mahogany. This is a mahogany. It's a dark mahogany.
If I hadn't had $100 bill that I always keep in my billfold hidden, I'd have been up Street Creek where I'd have had to use my.
We wouldn't want to see that.
Well, maybe we would.
Nope, you're muted, Jim.
Guess I did that. This thing is unreal tonight. Kicked me out before I had to reboot the computer and everything else to get back. Yeah. Anyway, I came across a bunch of bedposts. This was a bedpost. I cut the top off it and made a vase out of the thing.
Very cool.
Very
I like that
nice.
shape a lot. I like that shape a lot.
It was pre-shaped. All I had to do
Okay.
was clean it up and drill a hole in it.
There you
You could
go.
make a nice pepper mill out of that.
Yeah, I got other ones. I'll show those next. This is another one. This is another bedpost, the top of it. Rita textured it, so it's textured. It looks better than what you can see on here. It's got dot painting and what? Oh, and the top, she did the top too.
Oh
Very
yeah.
cool.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, she makes my stuff look good. Somebody said something about pepper mills. I've been making pepper mills. We had a show, craft show last weekend. I turn a lot of stuff. Between the two of us, we turn a lot of stuff. We had 86 categories of things in the show. We don't turn just pens and bowls. We had 86 categories. Each one of them had stuff in it, and we sold a bunch of stuff. Pepper mills are great. I made these out of all kinds of stuff, but that was a ambrosia maple. You got two ambrosia maple, and this is a mahogany. This is part of that other bedpost, I think.
Well, if one of those bedposts could talk, huh?
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, the stories I can tell, huh?
yeah. There's another one. But if it has a crack and it's starting to mess up, I just put it aside, heat the shop the next day.
What kind of internals you use for your pepper mills? Software kits?
Yeah, I bought these years ago.
Yeah.
Or
Or
I
ceramic?
bought them back when they were about $6 a piece. I bought I don't know, a couple hundred of each, I think.
Is ceramic better? Is ceramic better? The cutter? Or is there a better than that?
As long as the pepper comes out in little pieces, I could care less what's in
Come
the
on,
middle. I could care less. I have no idea.
This is a wood turning show here. Come on.
It grinds pepper, and which it does better. When you turn this knob, it makes it finer, coarser. And as long as that happens, I'm happy. That's it for me. Oh, no, wait, I got one more. We make a bunch of bread knives. I don't know if this will show. This is quilted maple.
Yes, it is.
It's showing.
Yeah.
This one came out really nice. This is a
Special order.
This was a special order. The woman saw a pen made out of this color and she wanted a bread knife to match. So
What?
You're done.
anyway,
All right.
What do you use for your blade again?
this is a knife out of, oh God, these are sharp. I get cut every time I look at this thing. It's a bread slicing machine, Hobart bread slicing machine. I think there's
Okay.
32 in a set.
Okay. Wow. How cool.
God, they're sharp. Anyway,
I'll plow right
Okay.
through some sourdough bread, huh?
oh yeah.
Sure will.
There's a real science. In fact, these are made for regular bread. These are scalloped. But if
Right.
you get into the way they make these, if you get some of these breads that are like a pretzel crust, a real hard crust, these are pointed. He said that it really cuts the hard breads. So if you're cutting hard bread, it's better to have the
Yeah.
pointed ones, but the pointed ones won't cut soft bread. So anyway, I probably make
Very
over
cool.
100 of these a year at least. That's it. But this one turned out really nice. Thank
So
you.
what? So what? So you cut it. You how did you do it? I mean, you cut it and then you use what, a jigsaw or bandsaw to
Bandsaw.
bandsaw? Okay.
Leave this solid. Leave this whole thing solid. Put a center on this end and a center on this end. Turn the handle.
Right. Right.
And then cut it out.
But we glue the handle special.
Yeah, the handles are glued on. This is a 1/2 inch, and this is just small pieces of the Spectraply. Anyway, that's it for me.
Thank you very much, Jim. Nice pieces.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yep. Very.
Next up is Birdhouse Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Real good. Real good.
Hey, Bob.
Okay, I'll mute myself. Let's see here. Well, I made a birdhouse
No.
and
Oh, that's gorgeous.
made out of Spectraply and deer antler and ebony.
You know, that's a great idea.
That is gorgeous.
My God.
Thank you. And then I've
I
got
love
a Bradford pear bowl that I made. That
Mm-hmm.
salad bowl. We have a Christmas party where I live, and this is going to be one of the door prizes. And, it's Bradford pear. And
It's gorgeous.
little texturing on the rim, a little wood burning.
So
Beautiful.
the people at the party know where that wood came from, with a tree that fell down or something.
Came from a tree that was a nephew of a guy that lived here.
Okay, so people know of the wood.
Yeah. And that's what I've got.
Nice.
What did you use for a
Very
finish on
good.
that bowl, Bob?
What do I do? What?
What did you use for a finish on that bowl?
Oh, it's Minwax tongue oil finish.
Okay. Just curious. It's gorgeous.
Beautiful, Bob.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Great to see you again.
Good
Next
to be
up is
back.
Dennis. Next up is Dennis. What you got, Dennis?
I've got a few things that I've been turning. I know I haven't been around for a while. I've been busy doing other stuff, unfortunately. But nice walnut, like short dish. Can you see that really good, or do I need to change the light?
No, we can see it pretty good.
You can see it. Nice grain on that.
This is a tree I got out of the street, from up the street. And so what I've been doing is doing a little experimenting with the end grain glue ups. So this was the offcut. The bottom walnut was the offcut of the corners of the bowls. And this is butternut on top.
Very nice.
Yeah, it is. Nice idea.
cool. This
Pretty
is great.
shape. Yeah, pretty shape. Wow.
So-
Okay, I didn't notice it that way.
It worked out, it works pretty good. And then I think I showed these before I finished them, but these are the walnut offcuts, 4 pieces. And what's interesting about the glue joints is the end grain to end grain is very tight, and the side grain to side grain, you can feel it. It's kind of neat. It's just interesting how it came about. And then this was part of a chair I got off on the street. So that was a cheat. Worked out pretty well. It's beach.
Nice
Yeah.
stuff.
Cool. I love the repurposing. That's great.
Yes.
Okay, so here's some really cool repurposing. So this was I had to fell a ash tree in the back. So this was laying on, the first part of cutting the wedge out. And they said it had some cool stuff. So I turned 4 little walnut feet on the bottom and put a little pedestal thing with a
Look at you getting artsy, Dennis.
That's
it
a
is
clever-
neat.
Artsy on us.
That's a clever idea.
So it
Right.
worked out pretty good. And what else I got? Oh, so the butternut. So I've got a bunch of butternut and I've been working on that. And so I made a whole bunch of little bowls.
Ooh, pretty.
Here's some.
I
Nice
heard that
shape.
stuff
shape on
burns
that.
real nice.
I got 4 of them. I got to spin a whole bunch more. But
Cool.
so that's what I've been doing.
How does that butternut turn?
You got to spin it really fast because it's soft, and got to have a real sharp tool. Keep them real sharp, but it works out pretty well. So that's what I've been up to, and appreciate everybody for the knowledge base that you get out of for wood turning. It's really good. So still learning, but
You bet.
it's a lot of fun.
Oh, stuff.
Trying to be here on most Wednesday nights that I can. So everybody
That's
have a
always
good
great when
Thanks-
you're able to make it.
Okay, have a good Thanksgiving for everybody.
Same
You
you,
too,
Dennis.
Dennis.
You too, Dennis.
You
Thank
too, bud.
you.
Thanks. Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.
Next up is Chuck.
Hey, hi, thanks for squeezing me in.
Oh, all part of what we do.
Happy Thanksgiving also. This is what has been occupying my time.
Oh, I saw that on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Looks great.
That's pretty.
It's hollow.
Yeah, it looks good.
Walnut finials. I screwed up the bottom finial, was going to be the top finial, and I screwed something up. So since I already had the screw in there, I found this little heart for my wife, or from my wife, in her beading kit. And it's the whole ornament is hollow. It's made out of ash baseball bat end.
Okay.
Cool.
Very
Very
cool.
cool.
Yeah, I'm pleased. And I put it on
That
Facebook,
evening.
and somebody saw it and said, "Oh my God, I want one." So I got a commission off of it, which I just got done today and delivered.
How nice.
Good.
Yeah.
I see that on Facebook too.
Score.
Did you
Yeah.
hollow it out from both ends?
No, I hollowed it out. There's a fellow in our local club, the Olympic Peninsula chapter of AAW, and his name's Tone Briggs, and he sells a hollowing tool that is specific for ornaments in small boxes like that. If I had it with me, I'd show you. So I hollow it up from one end, and then I just run my Forstner bit through what is left, and it's hollowed down to 3/16 of an inch.
Love to see that tool.
I'll see if I can. I'll post a picture of it in the Facebook group.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool.
All right. Thank you.
Contact too, if that, please.
I'm sorry. What was that?
You need a contact too, if we decide some of us might want to buy one too.
Yeah, I'll see if he's interested in that kind of.
If he's making any.
Because last I heard, he kind of moved on from it, but
okay,
I'm sure that he could be persuaded to come out of retirement. He's sold several of them, and they work really well. So I think they're not cheap, but yeah, I'll post the picture in the Facebook group.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, thanks
Read
you
my
guys.
mind.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's great.
Be
Great,
good,
great stuff. Good to see that piece in person. So Patrick says he's got another piece to show us. What you got, Pat?
Forgot about this piece. This is a piece of pear that I turned last week and did the shape on it and decided to do a little fluting on the side of it.
Oh my God.
And I guess you'd call it a vase.
That's a pretty one too.
Wow.
That's pretty.
Really pretty.
I brought it
Really pretty.
brought it in the house and set it on the table, and I kept looking at it, and I thought to myself, I've seen that somewhere before. Have you ever seen those big white plastic planters that people set on the doorsteps?
Yes.
Sure.
That's exactly what it looks like, and it won't intentional.
Yeah.
That's
But
pretty.
it was imprinted in the back of your mind.
Evidently, it
Nice
was.
job.
So your jig, I guess you used a router on something, right, in order to make your flutes there.
I made a jig to make
A jig. That's what I want to talk about, right?
my micromotor, a carver, mini carver,
Right.
clamps into that, and then I've got a flat pedestal that I set that on and set it at center height and just slide it across to do the flutes with a round burr.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's nice.
The jig
That's
that
nice.
the micromotor sets in,
I've got
put
to
a little
make one.
screw in the front of it to set the depth, and the screw just rides along the shape of whatever you're fluting.
Very cool.
Yeah, it is.
Very cool.
It is. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
I built a similar sled for my Fordham handpiece. Nice. I should use it more.
I've seen a lot of videos on it, but you just give me a little inspiration right there. Really, really, Pat. Thanks.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
couldn't believe
I'm
I
gonna
sat
go.
there and looked at it, and that's what it looks like. So,
You dreamt it that night. You woke up that morning.
Right.
must have. I don't know where it came from, but it just,
That's a pretty
just
piece.
happened.
Really, really pretty.
All right, that's it.
All right. Well, thank you, Patrick.
Thank
Dane,
you.
that's all I've got on my list. So unless somebody else has got
Oh.
something else to show, I'm going to go back to you.
All right. Well, that's okay. Anybody has any gallery items they would like to show off, go ahead and throw your name in the chat. Otherwise, we will get the party started. We won't be
Did you
having
want to talk about something?
Safety Sue in tonight.
Didn't you want to talk about something?
Well, we could for a few minutes, but I can't. Like I said, I can't remember what it was that we were going to talk about.
Something with a finish, wasn't it? You were talking about a finish.
Yeah, there was something online today, but I noticed the individual didn't pop in unless he's came in earlier. But there was a gentleman that was asking about, I think his last name was Case, and he was asking about using a friction, how to get a high gloss friction polish finish on his bottle stoppers.
Right.
And so there was various people, talking about using CA and Mylans and a couple other different techniques. And so I recommended him come to the meeting tonight, and we'd be able to have a discussion about it to answer his question with the group knowledge base that we have here. But I don't, like I said, I don't see him in tonight. But if anybody else has a question on that or would like to just openly talk about it, we certainly can. Yeah, there's no case in tonight on it. So going once, going twice. We don't want to talk about it. Fine. We can just move on and get the party started with our demonstration. We have Doug Miller in this evening to do our demonstration. Safety Sue, we won't have her in until later tonight. So we won't have a safety briefing. Everybody, mind your P's and Q's. You want to walk out of your shop feeling better and all your digits and your well-being, just as you did when you first walked in. So always keep that in mind. So with that, let's go ahead and go to Doug.
I'm here.
And there you are.
There you
Just like with
10
like with
fingers,
any
2 eyes,
demonstration.
1 nose, all of
Right,
that
right,
fun kind of
right,
stuff.
right.
And I do have 10
Yeah,
toes. No, not 11, not 9. I've got 10. I'll go ahead and show my gallery for tonight.
Yeah,
Yesterday,
go ahead.
we've talked about recycled already. We've talked about bedpost already. There's a recycled bedpost right there. That's one of a series of things that I've done from this one bedpost. I've got a box. I've got a hollow form. Now I've got this goblet stem and just a very cheap goblet. You can get these. I have found a great source for them. Dollar Tree sells them for either $1 or $1.25. Easy to nip that stem off of there. I'd got this one off actually using a grinding stone in my Dremel. I didn't have my usual cutting wheel on that I normally use. I just went around it with that grinding wheel. I went all the way around one time, started around the second time, and about half to 2/3 of the way around, the stem fell off. So simple to get those stems off. Then you just turn your stem, glue it in. I use E6000. Works great. That's enough of that. They're a lot of fun, though.
I use my diamond wheel on the Dremel. That works well too.
Yeah. Diamond wheel. I don't have one. I've used an abrasive wheel a couple of times. I really want to get one of those large diamond wheels that are what, 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches in diameter, something like that. And that'll be a little deeper than the abrasive wheels, and you can reach that stem a little bit easier that way. But like I said, that grinding stone, it worked great. I was amazed how well it worked.
So one more question before you leave. Do you leave any stem, a little bit of stub or something on the bottom? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
There's about
All right, thanks.
there's about 1 inch that goes down into that stem. I drilled it just a little bit small, and then I used my my smallest spindle gouge to go down into the hole and scrape it out. So it's a relatively close fit, not a tight fit, but a close fit. And I also scoop out the top of that stem so that the goblet actually sits down on it. Works out really well.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Doug.
Yeah. Then just whatever finish you like on it. That one happens to be, I went abrasive paste and wax on that one. Worked out great. So I just wanted to show you that real quick. I wanted to have, and I told Dana I was going to do this, wanted to have a little bit of a discussion, because we find stuff we want to reclaim or reuse in some way, stuff that most people are going to chuck in the fire or throw it away, send it to the landfill real quick. Root balls. That's a root.
Yeah,
that's the
look at that.
very bottom. That's the tree. That's the bottom of the root, or the root coming out of the base of the trunk. This is I think it's cypress. The wood itself is a light color. You don't see any of the red, anything like that. It's not cedar. It doesn't smell or feel like cedar either. I'm pretty sure it's cypress. Raised here in Kentucky on a farm. Fell in a storm about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and the guy just pulled the stump up fairly recently. I've got this piece and another piece sitting over there. I had a third piece. Actually, I had 4 pieces is what I had. But I just wanted to talk about that a minute. We can do all kinds of things. So often what we would do is take this and probably take the chainsaw and cut it right across here and then put a template on there and get as big a circle as we can, maybe split it this direction so we can get 2 bowls out of it. I've been watching a lot of Raffin lately as he cuts up stuff that looks like firewood, and he'll take one log and come out with 6 or 7 blanks when it looks like it's nothing but firewood. Just a quick discussion. We don't need to spend a long time on it, but what would you do with something like this to kind of maximize it and get some nice pieces out of it, assuming it's solid?
Why can't you just put the whole thing on the lathe and just start turning?
My lathe's not this big. I've only got a 16-inch total, 8-inch swing, so 16-inch total. So I couldn't, if I put this whole thing on, this is going to hit my bedways.
I'm the wrong guy to ask that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of you guys have much larger lathes than what I have.
I don't.
See, one thing I see real quick, if I cut that off there, I could trim this neck part up here off of it. I can get at least one nice box out of that. There's probably some good figure in that wood. It's probably the most solid wood in this entire piece. I would probably trim this so it was nice and flat across here, get it down to some decent wood instead of that's pretty split up down through there where it broke off. At some point, I probably would slice it this way. I probably would split it this way at some point just to, so I could get 2. Probably some good figure right there. There's a bit of a knot right there. There's a branch coming out right here. So there's probably some figure right there. Problem is, I look on this end, there's some punkiness right through there. There's some right through here as well. So splitting it right about there would probably be a great idea. And, staying away from there, because that would give me punky on both sides. If I go there, I could eliminate the punkiness.
I think you got all figured out already how to cut that.
Well, we all probably have our ways of doing it
too.
I would go, Doug, I would go right down through the center of it.
Cut it lengthwise and you got 2 vases.
Like you had it.
Cut it this way?
I would cut it.
Yeah, that way.
Cut it straight down and then see what you got.
Straight down the center of that crotch area.
Yep.
You do that and you're keeping these 2 punky areas in both of your blanks.
No, it'll turn out.
I don't know. The one that I'm not going to turn at all, it's already been deemed firewood. I thought it would, and I started digging on it, and I had about this much solid wood. That went way through it, way deep.
You could stabilize it, Doug. Stabilize it and pressure pot it.
You could
with resin, and then you vacuum. Have solid base.
Cactus juice. You vacuum it, and again, you would stabilize it. Sure, absolutely. Or you could do it with resin in a pressure pot. Absolutely. So we've got several ideas, and all of that to say, there's more than one way of doing it. It depends on what you want to get out of it. When I saw this particular piece, I saw this box area up here. That's most likely what's going to happen because there's a ton of figure. That's a big cypress kind of knot on the outside, and it's like 3 pieces coming together right in this little area right here. It's got some torn up wood because of it breaking off, but it's got some neat stuff in it. So we'll be looking for that in the future. All of that, and I wanted to have that discussion because when wood is offered to us, we tend to take it sight unseen, which is fine, but we never know what we're going to get into. And sometimes we have to use our heads a bit to figure out what we're going to do with it so we can get some nice things out of it. I told you I started cutting into one last night to prepare it for tonight, and it had 2/3 of it was punky, and it went there's, like I said, about that much solid wood up on one end, and that wasn't going to give me anything of any value. So I grabbed the second piece. It was another small piece, more of a uniform crotch piece, and that's what I've got here. Had a branch coming out here, a branch coming out here, and the main stem was coming out this way. There's the wood. You can see the two branches there, and there's the main trunk right there, the pith area right through
Right.
there. It's already starting to separate into the two branches. So what I'm going to do, I've got a center point right here where I put my template. I've got some cardboard templates. I ran a screw through it and just hammered it in. So I've got my center point from where I cut the circle, and it's not a perfect circle because it's a crotch. So we're going to put it on the lathe here, turn it between centers just to get a tenon, and then we'll turn it around, get it in the chuck, and see if we can find some nice grain inside of here. So with that, let me.
Hey, Doug, when you cut that, do you use a circle cutting jig?
No, I put a.
Okay.
I have cardboard templates. They range in size
Okay.
from 7 inches up to 14 inches. It's got a circle in this, or a point, a hole in the center. I'll lay that on my wood, and I ran a screw in, just hammered it in just a little bit, just so it holds. And I just leave it there. It's cardboard, so if my blade hits it, it's not going to hurt a thing. And I just work it around, on my bandsaw like you would anything else. I've got parts of a circle cutting jig that I could put together, and have a real clean circle. But I tell you, I've just found that I can do just as well. It's a lot quicker to do it this way with the templates. I don't have to worry about getting that out and getting it all mounted and all that stuff. So that's how I generally do it. It's just if I don't just simply guess, I'll use my template. And don't tell anybody from the post office, but I used flat rate boxes to make my templates with. Opened them up, drew my circle, cut it out on the bandsaw, and yeah, I've got, I don't know, 5, 6 of those. They go up by 1-inch increments, I think. So anyway, got it between centers. It's nice and tight. Find it just a little more. Now that I see that it's relatively straight where I want it. It's not hitting my tool rest. I've got it pulled up fairly close. So let's see, I've already taken my rings off, take my watch off, get my face shield down, and we can go to town and start having a little bit of fun. There we go. Turn my speed down. I'm sorry, the face shield makes my voice sound a little funny, but.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay. Just sounds like I'm in a can or something. But anyway, 1/2-inch bowl gouge. We'll just go almost, I like to start on the corners. That's not too many people do that, but I do that so that I'm working on the bottom and the side at the same time. Switch it to the top camera. It's might actually see something. There we go. A little loose. I've got a step center in the chuck. So if it bogs down, it's because it's those little tiny teeth and kind of let go. No problem. You just tighten it up and keep going. I'm a bit away from my tool rest now, so Let's turn it off. We'll adjust the tool rest a bit, get a little closer. Once we get through this grain, well, this grain is our bark. It's not very tight, never is. This is not a, cypress is not a wood that's a good candidate for a live edge. Tool rest just a touch low. I don't know about any of you all. I used to have this bad thing about if I started turning with my tool rest at a certain position, I would leave it there even though I knew it was a bad position. I don't do that anymore. It doesn't make any sense to me to struggle when I don't need to. Let's see, that's the wrong setting on. Or is it? What is that set at? I'm looking at my dividers here to see what they're set at. Yeah, they're too small. I'll open them up to 2 1/8. Left side only, touching the wood. Oh yeah. I think I've shown that before. I've got 2 magnets, one on each leg. So these dividers, they stay right on the leg of my lathe, so they're handy all the time. I'm gonna stop just a hair short of my little line there. I know y'all can't see much right now. I'm just cleaning up this tenon a little bit.
I can see what you're doing.
Get my skew, come in here and make that slightly dovetailed right on the line. Before I stick that in a chuck, I'll let you all see the actual tenon. I do want to turn my tool rest at this point, get it more along the line of what I'm turning. Tighten that tool rest or the live center again. Taking a little too big cut. Just about to be there with the rough turning anyway.
The beauty of that stub center.
Yeah, buddy.
One of my favorite pieces of kit in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Right.
it really helps and gives a lot of confidence when you know that if you get a catch or if you get into a hole or what have you, that it's just going to spin. It doesn't really hurt a thing. All you got to do is
It'll
tighten up your
prevent that
tailstock a
piece
little.
from blowing up.
Yeah,
It'll prevent
yeah.
it from blowing up. It's a new Turner's friend.
Yeah.
One of the best investments I made.
And I really like. I still got the. Golly, let go. I still got that one that goes directly in the spindle. The one I've got in here is, it's got a little stubby um, tail end on it, so that it goes in the chuck. It's intended to go in a chuck. Just working on this. Going to work on the curve just a little bit more. It had kind of a sudden change there. And I've got all kinds of fuzzies because of the bark coming off. And we'll take care of some of that when we turn it around. Okay, I want to do something else. I'm sorry that light's bleaching it out so badly, but I've yet to be able to fix that. Yeah, I've still got a little spot right there I need to get rid of. That's better as far as that. I want to do something with make some kind of a foot. Last year or so, I've gotten where I really prefer some kind of a foot. I'm not going as far as what Raffin and Thomas Love do, make my foot an actual chucking point so that it's perfect. I do that with my tenon. And I'll remove that. It's easy enough to turn it or get rid of that tenon. Tell you what, I'm going to change tools so that I have a little sharper edge on make that cut cleaner without worrying about it quite so much. Oh yeah. Turn that in just a hair. Man, that bark is tenacious tonight. I'm surprised. Handle down. A little bit of shear scrape action, so it takes care of some of the sanding. I'm going to work on that foot just a touch. That's the tool I want. We've all seen that tool quite often. Little spindle gouge, little small one. There we go. Take that right in, tuck it in real nice, so it's a nice little bead there. And with that, I'm only going to go through. Is that terribly loud?
No, it's all muffled out from the sound.
Okay. Turn my vac system on. You can see the dust flying straight out. It's going into my vacuum. All right. Some nice dark wood here and here. Those are the piths. That's the main pith there, or part of it. Some nice dark wood in there. That's gonna be okay. I'll come back later on and off camera and sand that some more. But I wanted to show you all this tenon before I put it in the chuck as well.
It's kind of washed out on video. Doug, is there a way you could shift the light or shift the angle or something so we can see it a little better?
That's what I'm attempting to do.
Okay.
Give me half a second here. My computer decided to update the other day, and let's see if I do the brightness down. That might. There we go. Oh, you should have seen all the rigmarole I had to go through yesterday. It was terrible. Just to get my audio to work. It was horrible. Well, it's still washed out. Let me see if I put, here we go. This might help. Well, not much. But
Maybe you're in the camera?
Yeah, I was going to say switch cameras. Maybe that'd help. We can see the tenon that way. Oh, all right, that's a little better.
Let me go. Here we go. Let's do this.
There you go.
There you go.
That's not a very big tenon, is it?
It's not. It's not. It's 2 1/8 diameter, and it's
1/4 inch thick.
How about an 1/8?
Wow. Okay, dude.
That's all that's needed. As long as your chuck jaws can grab it, you should be good. Should be golden.
Okay.
It doesn't take much. Doesn't take much. Okay. Let me move that. Move that. Because the whole idea, remember, is to get your jaws as close to a circle as you can. It's actually too large diameter. I could have gone with just a 2-inch, I believe, and been perfect. I've never ever measured these things. I just kind of stick my dividers on it and go for it. I'm going to say this, and I may eat my words here in a minute. But a lot of times you'll see people, they get it tight and then they two-hand it and get it just as tight as they can. And they'll go to the next one, they'll two-hand it. I'm just using one hand. And I'll go around sometimes as many as 4 or 5 times even. One hand, when it quits moving, I'm done. So, okay, I've still got this bark fraying off here and on the other end as well. That's unnecessary stuff. We just peel it off so it doesn't slap me. And well, not in that angle, you can't. Start to see, you can see some undulation in that top side. There, you can see it better there. It undulates. So we'll have a natural edge that goes up and down, but we won't have we'll have a natural edge, not a live edge. And this is not new stuff, but just to show you, I picked that crotch piece. I've got another piece sitting over here that is it'll make a nice small bowl. I could do a box out of it. In fact, I can show it to you real quick. I'm gonna have fun with that one. I've cut a flat spot for the bottom. I can either split it in half. I can split it in half and have something, 2 nice small ones, or I can make just one real nice small one there. The other leg ended up, it wasn't enough wood there to worry about. It was short to begin with, and it was kind of split up and beat up. So I just let that one go. It's over there in my, what I call the scrap pile. It's really the fire pile. And a couple of times a year, I'll I'll get the fire pit going and just burn up some of the stuff that didn't make it to the lathe, or it's not going to make it to the lathe.
Right.
Let's see. Now we do want to go back to that other. There we go. And I'm going to give it just a hair more speed too. We're up to that's 1250 there. It should cut pretty nicely. Even like with my wing bowls, I'll use the same process. Kind of working my way out. I'm not going real deep, but I am working out to establish my rim. I want to work from the rim down. But leave some of that inner bulk to absorb some of the vibration. And then, as Matt likes to say, it's rinse and repeat. I've worked down about the first 3/4 of an inch to an inch out or down from my outside edge, and I'm just coming back and cleaning up the next 3/4 of an inch to an inch. To adjust my tool rest again. There comes a certain point where you just realize that being stubborn and not changing things is for the birds. Well, at least I had to come to that after a bit of time. It didn't come naturally. All right.
Stuff's just a peeling right off, Doug.
That's the idea, man. Peel that stuff out of there and be done with it. So, yeah, still got a piece of bark slapping at me. And we're pretty good. About halfway down. We're looking pretty good. This center has, you see those two dark holes? That's a void in there. Probably where that crotch is. Was trying to grow.
You sure seem awful far off the tool rest there, Doug.
My hands are. That's for two reasons. I was recently, well, you're not going to be able to see it, I don't think. I was recently bit right there by a piece of wood. I let my hand get over the tool rest. I have this bad habit of resting my arm on the tool rest, and I let my hand get over there, and that had a piece of walnut that reached out and had lunch on my hand. It's that was 3 weeks ago, and it's just now It's still got a hump in there. It's healed, but there's a residual lump under the skin. It'll go away eventually, but it'll take a while.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was an ouch. It actually happened while I was up in northern Ohio. So, but I went on. I didn't realize how bad it was at first, and I came to a stopping point, and I looked down, and it was covered over with walnut shavings and sawdust, and it had quit bleeding. So I said, "Okay, we're good." I kept going. Take my digital calipers, and I'm just running down the sidewall, feeling where it gets wider. And it's right here at the transition point. I'm getting just a little extra, and then it thins out again. So just a little bit of that transition, and we'll call it good. Make sure we're not hitting anything. Could be ashamed to turn the lathe on at this point and blow it up because your tool rest was too close.
Yes, it would.
And just little light cuts, that's all I need. In fact, I can come back, kind of a shearing cut, or shearing scrape, actually, shear scrape. Getting a little micro dust off of there.
It's beautiful, consistent cuts, Doug. Like to see it.
When I was first learning the guy who was teaching the class was an engineer at GE, and everything for him was he had digital micrometers and everything he used at the wood lathe. But his whole thing, as he was teaching us, was inside and out. Try to make that last cut from on the outside, bottom to top, from the inside, from top to bottom, complete one cut, never lifting the tool. And so that's always been a goal of mine. And go slowly, and you get some really nice cuts and very smooth and consistent. That's a good finish. I will sand it, and I'll start at my usual and work my way up. I could have started easily at 120 or maybe even 180. Let's turn the speed down. With that inertia sander, it really doesn't need a whole lot of speed. It needs some, but not a lot. Oh man, that made all the difference in the world. Just that little bit. Need to go around and peel all of that bark off. This would be, Matt, this would be a good candidate for flaming that edge after I pull the bark off. We're gonna leave it.
I was thinking the same thing myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Do it before you finish sanding, right?
Oh yeah. Well, yes. So you can get the char off, any excess char. And I'll probably do that. This doesn't have enough bark left on it to worry about really. But there will be a little bit and the cambium, so it would be a good candidate for flaming. Where are we at? Oh my goodness, that ain't right. Okay, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Let me put the inertia sander away. I'll turn the dust collector back on. We're gonna pull out. This has been a joyful tool. I got it from Wood Turnings. Oh my word. It's been 15, 16 years ago anyway when I got it. It was on it was in January. It was their after Christmas January clearance sale. And they were on sale for just downright cheap. And so I bought 2 of them, knowing that in this kind of a setting, they won't last long. This is the first one. I haven't even opened the second one yet. It's still in the box. So it has done very, very well. I do about, well, once or twice a week, whenever I think about it, I'll take my air compressor and blow it out. It's got two sets of vents in it, there and there on each side. And I'll blow those out. Usually the first of the 4 holes, it blows all the dust out, but I hit all 4 of them. And so it's held up and done really, really well.
Yeah, there's several of us commenting in chat about how we basically do the same thing.
Oh yeah. It pays off. It's like any piece of equipment. If you take care of it, you don't even have to take excellent care of it. Just take decent care of it. It'll last a long time.
Yep, clean it out occasionally.
Yeah,
Don't bounce it off the floor too much. Yeah.
Right. I think that was the only area of tear out. Still a little more right there that I didn't get. This
and I would point out, Doug, that he is saying you are sanding on with the lathe off, which is a perfectly valid thing to do to clean things up.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Something else to notice. I leave the corners on. I don't trim them around. That makes it like the wave edge sandpaper. The wave edge, I've never seen any for less than 50 cents a disc. I may be looking in the wrong place, but that's what I have found. These squares, I buy these sheets 3 foot by 3 foot, and I use an old bandsaw blade to cut them down to these 2-inch squares. They're running me between 2 and 3 cents a piece. Velcro backed. So 2 to 3 cents versus 50 cents. I'm going with this. Takes me about 15, 20 minutes to cut down a sheet. Cut it 2-inch strips and then cut the 2-inch strips into 2-inch pieces. So out of a sheet, I get, I don't know, whatever that is. 36 divided by 2 is 18. So 18 times 18 that's how many pieces I get. I'm concentrating right here down at the foot. When it's on the drill, I can't get into that little corner. There's still a little bit of tear out there. There we go. And I've got it. So go to the next grit. And unfortunately, the next grit, this company doesn't make in a Velcro back. Now I've got to call them and see if they'll do it for me. Because of that live edge, I'm going to grab a couple pieces of my Scotch pad just as backup. Dane talked about that a while back. It just makes sense, especially with a live edge or a natural edge, where you're going to have some vibration, so your fingers don't take quite as much beating. It also keeps your fingerprints out of the sanding process. That reminds me of another warning, and some of you all have probably found this or probably learned it a long time ago. When you're sanding softwoods, don't put too much pressure on it, especially when you're sanding by hand. You'll take the softwood out from between the harder parts of the grain, and you can't get rid of that. Once you get it in there, you can, but it's not very easy. It's difficult. Ah, this is feeling good already. We just had 2 grits. With 2 to go. All right, back to the Velcro back. This is 180 grit.
Doug, where do you get your sandpaper from?
I get it from, this is white rhino paper that I get from Industrial Abrasives. They are online. They will sell to anybody. I've bought this paper from them for a long time. My last order, I think the sheets, 3x3 sheets, I believe were $14, $15 a sheet. The first ones I got, I think were $7 a sheet.
Hey, Doug, can you repeat again? You said White Rhino.
It's White Rhino that I buy from Industrial Abrasives.
Okay, Industrial Abrasives.
Yeah, I went to White Rhino, their website, and lo and behold, they don't sell the sheets.
Just put a link in chat for it, guys.
Perfect.
Thanks, Matt.
my chat is stuck. It says there's 52 new chat messages, or 59 new chat messages, which doesn't really surprise me. Yeah, I need to, where I sanded that a while ago with the lathe still.
Doug, that means that you're doing a good job. We're watching and asking questions. Very
Yeah, we've been
enjoyable.
trying to feed you the questions from that I see in chat.
Absolutely.
The sandpaper one was one of those. So, yep.
Absolutely. I don't mind sharing that. That's I don't make a dime from those folks. I'm not affiliated in any way other than I use their sandpaper.
Yep.
Does your lathe have reverse?
It does. It does. And I quite often use it just in this situation. I'm trying to go with the grain. Lock that spindle so I can. Yeah, I had something on the lathe the other day that I was having a terrible time sanding it. So I stopped, put it in reverse, sanded again, knocked it right out. It was great.
Yeah, that usually helps.
Very cool. Great resource. I'll have to check them out. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know how it
yeah,
is. I know how it is, Doug, when you're turning and demonstrating, you can't look at the chat. I get it.
yeah. No, I'm not trying to look at the chat. I was just noticing that the little red box is up there. It says 59 new. No, 52. No, I can't see it from where I'm standing. Between,
We were talking about you.
and I'm sure you were. Oh, me. Let me back up to my heavy grit and knock this bark off of here real quick. Then we can get on with it. Chuck just came loose. Ah. This particular one's not the best, but screwdriver is probably the best bark remover tool there is. You won't gouge into your wood like you would with a chisel. But then if your bark is really tight, you might need a chisel. So like right there, that little section's real tight. Oh. All right, let's see what we can do here. Get that lock off, knock this bark off. See what else. I am fortunate I can turn my speed down to 50 RPMs. Well, it's not going to work on that one. It's too undulated. It's not too undulated. Sometimes you can turn it down low and really go to town with it.
Would a cabinet scraper work for it?
I'm sorry?
Would a cabinet scraper work for it?
No, it's too undulated. It goes in and out
Okay. Oh, okay.
far too much. And the flame is going to take care of some of it, so I don't have to have it perfect. In fact, sometimes it's better not to have it perfect. Some woods, if you have a little bit of bark left there, it gives that heat something to take hold of, and it can kind of help spread the heat around. I'm gonna fix this too. This is nuts. There we go. Hopefully. This chuck was not on this lathe before tonight. I've been using a different chuck, and this one serves this purpose better. So let's see. I think I'm all the way around. Get that out of my way. Turn the back off. And I just happen to have the torch handy dandy. So let's see what we can do here.
Good man. Good man.
It may quit on me halfway through. It's just about out of gas. I got to get a new canister.
His friend.
Can be. Can
covered up a whole bunch of ills. And in this case, it's gonna take a fairly plain piece of wood and make it slightly special anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I love fire embellishing. It rules,
Yeah.
man.
I like fire, period.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug, just make sure you keep your eyes on the floor because you're underneath your house.
Yep, you're right. You're right. Here we are. I'm not even making embers, man. Not even making embers. Just
It's
that
all
little
good.
bit. But I want to go around it now. Let's see. Forward. Come on. There you go. And I know I've told you all before. I use the Nova 1624, and I have the electronic variable speed option on it. So I feel very fortunate to have this. It's been a great lathe. When I called to get the electronic box, the guy says, "I need your serial number." I said, "Well, I don't remember exactly. Let me go look." I came in here and looked and told him what it was. 4 digits. I thought it was 3 digits, but it's 4. And the first digit's a 1. He could not believe somebody with a 1 out of the first year and a half of production was calling about a variable speed controller. That's what I use. And it's been good. It's been good. All right, I'm clean on the inside. I'm clean on the outside. I've got a black rim. See if we can't clean that off just a little. And then we have some fun. This is the part everybody looks forward to, I think. We can get a little y'all get to see what I'm saying here in just a second. This is nothing but alcohol I'm putting on here just to clean out the grain, clean the dust out of it. You can use a lot of things. See how that color comes alive though? It's just
Oh yeah.
yeah. It's got some figure, color, and believe it or not, there's no through holes. It looks like one's trying there, but it doesn't go all the way through. The other side of the knot is there on the outside, but the hole is not. So that gave us a preview. And then, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I knocked one of my color bottles off. Okay. For me, the magic happens when I start the abrasive paste. And from the last time that I demonstrated for you guys, I've changed my what's the word I'm looking for? Changed my procedure just slightly. That's not the word I'm looking for, but anyway, I'm using a piece of the that stuff.
That's
The
right.
abrasive pad.
Oh.
Yeah, the Scotch-Brite pad. That's just a piece of the white, so it's very little abrasive, but it has some. So that with the abrasive paste, and this is just for application. I still will buff with paper towel. Don't like to use cloth. Some people do. I did for a long, long time, and I don't know, about 4 years ago, started using paper towel. And I don't see any difference in my final product from when I was using cloth. Even buffing wax, I like to use the paper towel. I don't know, it just works for me. So, okay, I'll use this one with alcohol on it to wipe my hand off. And then we'll get another one. And I get the half sheets, and then I cut the roll in half on my bandsaw before I put it on my expensive, high quality paper towel holder. So that's a whole roll that's been cut in half. It works. I hang it on one of my electric supply lines that's right behind me over my head. Start off here at 400, and we're just going to work it down. Uh-oh, 67 comments. I will go back and read those. And if there's something we haven't talked about that it needs to be addressed, I'll do it in the on the
There's a
Facebook
big
page.
segment of it that's just talking about the weather tonight, Doug.
Oh, okay.
There's another section of it that's talking about what we might see in the various and sundry grains in the inside of your bowl.
Oh, okay. All right.
So if there was something that might pertain to the demo, we're on it. So
Yeah,
there
I
isn't
figured
really,
you
but you're
were.
welcome. Yeah, you're welcome to go back and look, of course. But it's just
Oh, I will. I will. No matter
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
I'll go back and read it.
Yep,
Whether
yep.
it's in fact, there's already been a couple of things I want to pull out of the chat, so I'll be hitting save the chat tonight for sure.
There you go.
Every once in a while we have a chat. There's no links put in or anything like that. That doesn't happen very often. So I've got a whole list of chats that I've saved.
Yep, and we always have them on the webpage.
That's right. That's right.
I've gone there for stuff.
Yes.
That I know was in a past chat. So
Yeah.
it's very useful to have that. There's a question in chat.
Doug.
Do you always use your abrasive paste before a sealer coat?
No, not always. Sometimes I will put lacquer sanding sealer on. Sometimes I'll use walnut oil as a sealer. Of course, with the walnut oil, you need to let it sit for several hours. It takes a while to set up. Shellac sanding sealer would work just as well. I think you do get a slightly shinier finish if you use a sealer of some sort. But I'm not always after shiny. This is a piece that doesn't scream out to me shine. This screams out to me soft. It wants a soft finish to me. Somebody else may say, "Oh, that would look gorgeous if it had a high gloss finish on it." And that's okay. I just heard something crack. Hope that wasn't the wood.
I heard that too. I heard that
Yes,
too.
right there. There's a crack. Right there. Sure did.
Wow.
It just cracked.
Is it from the pressure or from the heat from the torch, or what do you think?
I think it's internal stress in the wood.
Okay.
This is at the base of a tree in the root area, and it's cypress. So like cedar, it contains a lot of internal stress that obviously I've just released. So I'll have to decide later what I want to do with that. It may, like Jim said, it may go to warm the shop, or I may work on it a little bit and see if I can salvage it. I may even cut the rim down just a little. It's not maybe half an inch.
You can see the movement in it for the last 20 minutes.
Well, part of that
rim.
is that undulating rim.
Right. But just past the horizon on it.
Yeah. That rim is, it's not flat by a long way. There's,
Mhm.
You know, Doug, it could have been also from putting the flame to it, heating up that one area where everything else is still probably semi-damp, and that area dried out quicker. That'd cause that crack.
the wood's dry, Tim. The
Okay.
wood's dry. I really believe it's a stress crack. Because this is where it cracked right there. Well, if I change the view, you can see what I'm talking about a little easier. Yeah, right here's the crack, and it goes about a half an inch. Here's the pith right here. Here's that dark area.
Yeah, I see it now.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's stress. Um, I could take this down to a flat rim. I'll lose 3/4 of an inch or so of height. Still have some of that beauty in it though.
I just don't think it would be as interesting a bowl, Doug.
It may not, but an interesting bowl versus a crack. With the crack, I can't sell it.
Right.
Not in the rim. If it was a internal crack down in the wood, that'd be a whole different ball game. Then again, my wife may want it because it is pretty. Lots of go from white to tan to yellow, brown, dark brown. It's a pretty piece of wood and lots of movement in the grain because it's a crotch area.
Doug, why
That
don't
came
you
off.
fill it with some brown CA?
Yeah, if I had some, that might be an idea.
Or even some black CA and make your own.
Yeah. If I had some, well, I can make it. Yeah, I can make it brown or black for that matter. I've got those colors.
Then it would look like just a natural fissure in the wood, right?
Yeah. Yeah, might have to open it up a little bit so you could actually see the color there. But that's doable too. A Dremel would take that, open it up real nice. This is just some carnauba wax. There's some ripple right through here. When I get it off the lathe here in just a minute, you'll be able to see that, I think. It's interesting to me, the cheapest of my 3 cameras is the one I can get the best exposure and color on. Blows my mind. That's the only cloth that I use generally, and that stays in my wax jar. It's just an applicator. Of course, it's applied with the not under power. And I let it sit on there just long enough to wipe the excess wax off my fingers. It's all. I'll turn it down this 350 just to give it a little rub, make sure it's all spread nice and even. And I'm just very lightly rubbing it to get that wax even. And then we can run the speed on up. That's 1200. Still, I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it. I don't want to take the wax back off, but I do want to buff it. The speed helps build up just a little heat without putting too much pressure. Carnauba likes a little heat. And once you get done, if you don't like, if it's not shiny enough, you can turn around and do it again. Just turning my paper towel inside out so that you get a clean area. But it's pretty glazed over there, both from inside and outside. It's pretty slick, pretty slick. But I'll figure out what I want to do with that crack. And I've still got to take the tenon off as well. Guys, there you have it. Change cameras. Well, let's hit the button again. There we go. All right.
Gorgeous.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. About lost it. Can almost see the crack. It
Yeah.
goes right there about a
Yeah.
half inch
Yeah.
down. Now you
You
can
know-
see right there is the pith. There is that knot area. That may even be the beginning of a rotten spot because, like I said, there's a hole right there in that same dark spot.
You know that's gonna be a selling piece.
Yeah,
It could.
Doug, I'd buy that piece. Crack,
Right.
even
I mean,
knowing the crack
I
was
don't know
there.
what you were
Yeah.
talking about, but that would be like something like, wow.
It came out pretty nice. I'm happy with it as a whole.
So
I'm
on that
not-
back side, on the outside, it looks like a nun's head, and you got a dove flying above her.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
That almost looks like a witch
Oh,
on a broom. I was seeing a witch on a
I
broom.
definitely see the bird in there. That's
Yes.
funny.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
a
have
lot of
thought about a
birds.
nun's head though. That is funny.
I thought it looked more like a hummingbird.
And it looks more like a bird on the computer screen than it does in person. I see wings definitely in
Yep,
person, but I can
exactly
see
that.
the bird
Right.
right
I
there.
think Doug, I think he's talking
It
about
looks
the
like a
flying.
Grim Reaper without the sickle.
Yeah.
Right there's Woodstock.
That looks like an angel to me flying.
I see the angel too. Yeah, with the trumpet and all.
Turn him sideways.
Oops,
Yeah.
that other way.
No, the other way. No. You had it right first time.
That's vertical.
on his
Head
head.
is up.
Well,
Oh
That's
man.
cute.
And then
That's all
inside
called
we've got
nature. Yeah.
critters
It's all called
chasing each
nature.
other there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's prehistoric.
That one looks like a predator.
Pterodactyl jumping down on a dinosaur's mouth.
You know, I wouldn't burn that, Doug. I would put that on your shelf.
Hey, wait a minute. That's the Mothman on the inside.
Nice job, Doug.
I love those
It
kind of
was
pieces.
it was
Anyway.
very
Mothman, ain't
enjoyable,
that
Doug.
Doug's
Very
neighbor?
enjoyable evening.
Very nice.
That's another beautiful piece, Doug.
I very well may open that little crack up just a little bit, and I like the idea of coloring some CA and dropping
Yeah.
it in there. Put some tape on one side and lay it
Right.
on
Cool.
there. Ooh, I've got another idea.
The other thing you can do, Doug, is put some wood glue in it and sand it to fill and get the sanding dust to fill in the crack.
I've done that a couple of times. I've not had real success with that.
Yeah.
I've seen others
Right.
who have. I've just not had much success with it. If I did that, well, no, I wouldn't either. This hole on the inside, as well as this crack, I just had the thought as I was looking on the inside, fill those up with some coffee grounds and CA.
Hey, Doug. Get
Yeah.
a 30-second drill bit and drill a hole at the very end of that crack, and you know what?
That'll
Just
stop
let
it
it
from
be.
growing.
I mean, that's just the way the nature of that piece of wood is. You know, if you drill a hole at the end of that crack, it'll probably stop at that point.
Yeah. Well, especially, yeah, I can do that and open it up just a hair and then
Or
put in.
if you want to expose it more, but I mean, still, it's if it cracked right now, it's gonna probably do a little bit more moving.
Well, what I'm saying, Al, I agree with you. What I'm saying is I'd open the crack up and fill it, and then it would
Oh.
fill that hole as well. But you're right, that hole, drilling a hole will stop the crack from running. It
Right,
absolutely
right.
will.
I would just let the crack be. I
It
would.
makes it, in most markets, that makes that bowl unsellable. It'll sit there on a shelf. People look at it and they'll put it back.
At least here
Doug,
in my market,
Doug,
they
you
will.
bring that, Doug, you bring that to level up and I'll sell that bull for you in a marketplace that I sell at. Because that's the way they want them. They don't want them looking like a pristine thing.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I have people that want some rustic to them, but they don't want cracks. You know,
I'll take that to an up north market here in Wisconsin. That
It'll
won't
sell,
sit
huh?
on the shelf more than a week at most.
Wow. Wow. If I still have it at level up time, I'll bring it with me. I'll bring it with me. But I
Unless
will
he's
take
fixed it by then.
I will take the tenon
Yeah.
off, and what I'll do is I'll put a pad on my chuck, and then bring my tailstock back up. I still got the center hole, and I'll do the Phil Anderson thing, and I'll nibble away, take it down to a tiny nub, and then just turn through it with my pressure going to the chuck, so that when it comes off, it won't go anywhere. Turn it off, turn the lathe off, sand it, finish it, put my laser thing on there, and life is good. Life is good.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well
Yes.
done.
There we
Doug.
go.
Nice job.
Great dog, Doug. Thank
Any
you.
other thoughts or questions before we turn it back over?
That the use of the
No,
torch on that looks fantastic. I really like how that turned out.
You hit it just light enough and just heavy enough. Yes, you did.
Just enough to make it black. That's
Yep.
all.
Yep. That's
And,
right.
That's great.
I was sitting there rubbing
it
where the
popped. It popped.
paper stuck to it. I'd rub that off, and it's so it's nice and clean now. And it still looks, I was trying to hold it up there so you could see, it still looks oblong, but it's really not. It's just the undulation of the surface. You
Right.
can see it's pretty deeply undulated. There's a good inch from highest point to lowest point.
That's cool.
So it really is a
How would you?
natural
How
edge.
would you?
Yeah,
That's
it's
the way
one
I
of the
like it, Doug.
it's one of the draws of turning natural edge pieces like this. Beautiful.
Yep.
I like them.
It looks
I like them.
oblong.
So
It's
for-
not oblong. It's an illusion because of the
Right. Yes.
It's a natural edge bowl, and all the dips
Right.
make it look oblong.
Yeah. And if the wood was green, it would warp. It would probably, between these 2 points, it would probably get longer and get narrower across this way. But it's not green. It's dry, very dry. But a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
So
Very
Doug,
cool.
how would you turn the tenon off for those that don't know how? For
I'm
our new
sorry, Dave?
turners, how for those that don't know how or are not familiar with it, how would you hold it and then turn the
Sorry,
tenon
Doug.
off?
I just muted Doug. Sorry.
Yep. I'm unmuted. I
Sorry.
saw that.
That was me that time.
Brenda's the one that's been doing that.
Her
Not
fault.
me always. Not always.
I'll change the camera here again and show you real
I
quick.
get the blame for that, Brenda.
Okay,
What'd you
I
say?
close. He gets the blame for what you do.
Oh.
There's several
I
ways you
admit
can
when I
do
do
this. One thing is to add just a chuck or a piece like that in the chuck, and that's easy enough to do. It still needs a little bit of pad on there of some sort. And I wouldn't want to do anything right now. I'm going to let it sit a little while. But what I will do, here's just a piece of closed foam. That was some packing. It was actually packing that came in my electronic variable speed. Put that up there like that. Get my tool rest
That'll
out of the
hold it.
way. Hold on. I got to get my, you're going to see the whole thing. I'm going to show you the whole nine. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to,
whole 9 yards.
yeah, I'm going to show you. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to show you. Bring my tailstock up fairly close. Get that piece of bark out of the way so I can see where the hole is. I think you'll see it better if I go to overhead. So there you go, the chuck, my foam pad, my bowl, and I've got the hole in the bottom where I turned the tenon to begin with.
Right.
I just crank it in. That foam will compress down into that bowl. And I want to get it tight enough so that foam is actually compressed in there. You can do it. It feels like you're in there tight, and that foam will still let the bowl rock. And so you don't really want that. You want it pretty solid. And right now, it's pretty solid. But I'm
Doug,
also,
you might as well
yes,
just take it off right now. Be a Phil Anderson and just take it off. You're already ready. You're already dirty. You know?
Might as well. Might as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're not geared up. You
For
did
the
it.
new turners, for the new, for the new people like me.
sure. Yeah, like you. Just check and make sure I'm pretty well straight, and I am. Sometimes you can be off a little bit. You just loosen and adjust your bowl a little bit. It's really very simple. I'm gonna turn the speed down again, just because we've made changes. It's off a little bit, but not terrible. So I'm going to run the speed up to, there's 650 right there. Just my 1/2 inch bowl gouge. And these are light cuts. You don't want to take it off in a hurry. That was that dull one. This is the one I meant to grab. I'm taking it off toward the headstock. A little bit of a scrape there. I want to make sure I'm concave here on the bottom. So when I make my cleaning pass, I'm kind of aiming for that. I can feel it. I feel my rim out here on the edge, but as I go in, it drops down. When I was turning a while ago, I was that's one of the things I was checking. How thick is my bottom? Not that anybody's ever done that before. You go to take a tenon off and a hole develops or anything.
No. Never.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it actually happen much.
Phil Anderson did it a couple weeks ago.
Yes, he did. He surely did. Yeah, he
He's
thought he
still
had
gonna-
about an. Go ahead.
He's still going to fix it.
Yeah. I've gotten it that far. I'm going to hit it with some 180. Let me get that tool rest out of the way. This is where I differ from Phil. I go ahead, when I get it to this point, I sand it. I don't want to sand the whole thing,
I'll be there pretty soon.
but this works really well.
Kidoki.
And I've heard some folks say they had a lot of trouble.
That pillow ain't calling?
What was that?
Open mic.
Oh, okay. I heard some people say they tried it and they couldn't get along with this process. They threw the bowl, or they had a bunch of spiral lines or stuff. The trick is, I'm still at 645, but I'm about to turn it down. I'm going to turn the speed down. I won't take that nub off. It'll be turned down pretty slow, but when I actually take the nub off, I'm going to bring the tool rest in real close. Right now, I'm going to turn the speed down to, let's go 400. This is my detail gouge. I'm just going to work that nub on, right on down. I got to be careful up here at the top because it was already splitting. So I don't want to get too close. And then I've got to come back in.
Whoops.
That's what I was afraid of happening. I was going to come in and get the bottom flat part flat, but we're down at a point now where it's easy enough. With the drill, I can sand that out real easy.
Thank God it didn't hit the floor.
No, didn't hit the floor.
Right.
Of course, we're going so slow, and I only have about 3 inches of sawdust right now.
You were totally under control, man. That was great.
But yeah, I will. Let me change cameras again. That's picking up my big LED lights is what it's doing, causing that glare. But now I can come back and with my drill, I'll sand this nub out, and I'll sand this black line is where it rubbed on my tool rest. That'll sand off pretty easy, probably with 180 or even 240. But that'll sand out real nice, real quick. Then I can put my Axe Carnauba wax on it. I can use Howard's Feed and Wax. I can use whatever. Minwax floor finishing wax. I did that for a long time, and people gave me grief about using the Minwax floor wax. And I was on another site, and people were just giving me down the road. You can't use that on a bowl, blah, blah, blah. And Russ Fairfield, some of you remember that name. He was a guru in finishing. He came on and he says, there's nothing wrong with that wax. It's wax. It's perfectly fine. And shut everybody up. It was hilarious.
Right.
We don't have to use the super expensive stuff. We can use the car waxes, and it works just fine. I know a couple of guys who
Seems
use
like the more money we spend on it, the better it is, in most realms.
yeah.
So
yeah.
even though it's the same stuff over in the
Yes.
flat work area, it's the same stuff, it's
Right. I talked to a guy, when was that? Must have been Monday. He was a woodworker, and he uses a rubbing compound instead of an abrasive paste. He uses a rubbing compound on his flat work. No, it wasn't. It was Saturday up in Dayton. He didn't have a lathe, but he was trying to talk his wife into it, and I think I sold his wife on getting a lathe. So if she's ready for it, he'll get one. But she wants to learn too. And they do, that particular Woodcraft does a date night turning class. And so the couple
Those
comes
are nice.
in.
Those are nice.
Yeah, the couple comes in. It's about $150, and both of them take home a small project like a pizza cutter or something of that nature.
right.
But it gets them both in there, and it
Bragging
gets the
rights.
wife interested in turning just as much as the guy. So
Right.
it's
That's
So you
insidious.
have to-
That's
you have
insi-
to tell the wife that everything costs only $12.99 because you'll know.
yeah,
That's
$12.99.
insidious because if the couple starts turning, they're both going to need their own lathe because we
Right.
both
Yep.
we all
I
know
was thinking.
His and hers lathes.
That's
You
what
got
she
it.
we all
said.
know that one lathe for two people ain't going to cut it. So
Right.
I've got the hers lathe off of the couple that own these. I got the her one. He's just turned things that were a telephone pole. I got the nicer one, I think. I hope.
Well, this was an interesting deal. While they were standing there talking, the manager comes over and he pretty well sold her on a date night class, and told her about it and what to expect, and she was all about it. He says, "Oh, that means I'll get my lathe," and she says, "No, it means I'll get a lathe." So I can see her getting the first one, but he'll be able to use it, and then it won't be long. He'll be wanting to use it, and she'll be on it. So anyway, it's going to work out.
This sounds like a conversation that we had a little earlier in the meeting.
It's all fun. They were
Yeah.
sitting there talking about all that, and I was thinking, Jim and Rita.
You got it, and don't touch her lathe.
That's right. That's right.
right, exactly.
And it could be she turns out to be the better turner than he does. He's a flat work guy. She's a nurse, and she was talking about using her cardiac calipers to measure. So I thought that was hilarious when she said, "Oh, my cardiac calipers will work for that." I said, "Oh, I know what those are. Those aren't cheap."
She's already envisioning
Yeah, it's perfect.
Profession
I think
tools for hobby tools.
Cardiac
think you were
caliper is that
successful.
right there for you guys who don't know. That's what a cardiac caliper looks like, except that this was a good pair. These came from India, not China, and so these were like $7. Her cardiac calipers probably are more like $50 or $60 because she probably got them from a medical supply house.
Yeah, and that's how that works. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
We're covered under Medicare.
yeah, that could be too.
No,
that's it for
no,
me, unless
show us
there's
your
more questions.
calipers, Rita. No, I'm only goofing.
Thank you, Doug. That was a great
Thanks,
demonstration.
Doug. Great demo. I appreciate you coming in tonight to keep
demo.
us entertained.
Great
and
demo.
There was.
Absolutely.
Did a good job. It's a nice piece.
It's a
Very
joy,
enjoyable
and
evening.
I'll post this here in the next day or two. Maybe
Very
All right,
Saturday.
sounds good, buddy.
Very enjoyable, Doug. Very.
All right,
Thank you.
guys.
Have a
As
great
always,
Thanksgiving,
great
Doug.
demo,
Thank you for-
Doug.
Thank you for sharing.
All right. See, is Howard King still on?
No, he's not.
Hey, is Howard? Turn your camera on.
Oh, he changed his name. Okay.
Nah, I changed it. Howard.
Well, I couldn't find him, Dane. I was looking for him under his usual name.
Oh, I typically always change his name to Howard. I'll do something Roll Tide or. Well, I don't know if anybody
Not
saw that
SEC or
piece.
CFP playoff bound. That's cruel, Dane.
Right?
Yeah,
I don't
but
know
we
if
do
anybody
have.
saw his piece from that he posted on Facebook. But hopefully he comes back here between now and the next 30 minutes to show it to us. But
Yeah.
otherwise, do we have anybody else for gallery?
We do. We've got Daniel Smith says he has something to show, and all I've got is a ceiling.
Yeah.
Maybe this camera.
Uh-oh.
Now you got me.
All right. Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Hold on, I got
That's who the echo was.
There we go. Nope. How's that? No.
Go, echo,
Sounds
echo.
like a Pink Floyd concert.
Run.
Actually-
Run.
Yep. Yeah, did.
There you
Thanks,
go.
Dan.
Okay. Well, I was doing some Grimes work, and let me switch this camera on. There we are. And I made some bells. This one I didn't.
All right, cool.
I didn't put the clicker in it yet.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that is.
Love
that
that
is
cross.
pretty. No, that's
What I
pretty.
did was I had a crack that went up through here, and I put resin in it, and then I cut it out into this, and you can see light through it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more I thought of it, I said, if I'd have done that in red or white, that would really set off. I got a little gold in this one, but
Yeah, that's all one piece, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's a yes. That's pretty.
But
That's
this
a
one,
good idea.
that's got the clicker in it.
Nice.
Some
Love
spalt.
that wood too.
Yeah,
It was really spalted.
that looks like Christmas presents to me.
I'm just going to give them away. And then this one I did out of pine because I got heavy-handed, and I'll show you I don't have a clicker in this one yet, but I got really heavy-handed, and
those look Christmas presents to me.
Let me see. Here's
that
one.
Oh,
It was just about done. And then this one, oh, this one's done. I got to trim this off. I was trying to figure out what I wanted on top and it broke, but this is just pine. So,
What are you
and
using to color your bands? A marker?
yeah, yep, just markers. And this one, I caught the ridge, the edge with my tool.
Oh.
Make it a little shorter.
Not paying attention. And this
You
one,
know how to fix that?
Goodness.
You know how to, hey Dan, you know how to fix paying attention? You can set yourself a coffee mug on your
Hey, Dan,
Set a
those are
coffee
just
mug on your
practice
bench.
pieces.
Set a coffee mug on your bench and put $1 in there. And then, make sure the coffee cup says attention, and then she'll be paid, your whole day there.
yeah. And this one, I just got a little catch and caught the edge of it just a hair and it blew that out. And I really like the grain on this one, but it's junk. And here's I think I might have shown this one. I caught the edge.
Yep.
Yep. And I went out and the wood, can't think of it. The wood shop, anyway, and picked up a little wood. And I wanted some white oak because I'm going to make some whiskey mugs. Shots. And that was a expensive thing, but I'm going to walk over here, and I had so much wood down here in my basement.
Oh my goodness.
And I could not get around without moving it all. So I built these, and they're on wheels. And what I figured out is do not use the rubber wheels. I'm going to have to take these up and make wood wheels out of oak or something and put under it because they crush them. And if you get these right here, they're wedged. They just slide into over a piece of plastic. It will not hold nothing. Guy was throwing this out and I seen it. So I took it and I drilled a hole through it, put a couple pieces of wood, and I wanted to reinforce it a little. And glued this together, drilled a hole through it, and it's got a lot of wood on it. I mean, a lot of wood.
It's a great use for those shelves.
Yeah, and I can move them. That's the thing is I don't have a whole lot of room anymore in my basement. So, plus I got, all this stuff I've got to turn yet, and I've got wooden
buckets.
Buckets all over.
Buckets and buckets.
Yeah. And then I got this. And I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it. It's a root. And it looks really nice there. Until you go to the inside.
There.
And I say there's, I don't know, probably 4 inches from right up here to where it's hollowed out in the inside. And I got to look at this and study it for a while to figure out what I'm going to do with it. But it's kind of interesting,
Yeah, it is.
Still got some dirt in
Almost
it
looks
after
like
I power washed it.
Yeah, you never get all the dirt and rocks out of it until you turn it. That's the best way to get the rocks out of it is by turning it.
Yep.
That's been my experience with root balls.
And this was the very top. And you can see it was pretty much rotted right out.
Follow. Yeah.
But I was happy to get it.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to get wood.
Well, looks
What
like a
kind of root
turkey.
ball is it?
Huh?
What kind of wood is it?
I have no clue.
And then somebody said it looks like a turkey.
Yeah, I thought about that too, putting it in the pan and saying, here, this is real tender.
Right.
But sorry about missing a couple of weeks there. I've been fighting some medical issues, so and
Well, we're glad to see you back, Dan.
I got my eye fixed, so I can at least see the lathe, and I found out that was most of my problem with going into the wood. I was seeing it out of two different eyes, and I couldn't judge how far away I was from it.
Your depth perception was flawed.
Yep. So now I just got these +2 glasses. Everything else is perfect. And they got a set of glasses coming out to me. So.
Oh, good.
And with my heart and stuff, I got to go in January 7th for an MRI and then go back in April or May for another ablation. And not looking forward to that, but it's better than an alternative.
Right.
I like to see green grass, not the roots.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to see those white grubs.
Yeah.
They're nasty.
Well, I hope it goes well for you, Bill. Daniel.
Yeah. Oh, it'll go okay. But I got everything going pretty good. So just getting back into it. And I'll tell you, go back into it slow, because if you don't, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
But I gave probably 30 of these bells away because I started making them out of pine. I'm not going to sell a pine bell. And I put clickers in them all, and I give it to kids and neighbors and all that stuff. And they really appreciated it. I give my wife's doctor a bell and a ornament for his Christmas tree, and he says these aren't gifts; these are hand-me-downs. They're collectibles. You hand them and you give them.
Yeah, pass them down.
Them down. And he says, and I'll make sure everybody knows who give them to me and where they come from.
Yeah, that's good, Dan.
I like them because they got the cross on top. That is just extra beautiful.
Yep. He told me that, well, I told him, I said, it's not like you're our doctor, which you are, my wife's doctor. I said, but you're more like a family member, because he knew my wife's parents and all that. Big long story. He took very good care of all of us. So anyway, happy Thanksgiving to y'all.
You too.
Thanks, Dan.
You
Happy
too,
Thanksgiving
Daniel.
to you too.
I'll stay on for a little longer, but not too much.
Right.
Yeah, okay, no worries.
Yep.
Thanks for the warning.
You're welcome.
So Bill Louch says he has a piece he'd like to show us.
Yeah, if Doug thinks he doesn't have a home for that bull with a crack, I think there's no hope for this one. This is a piece of butternut.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Nicely bug eaten. That's lovely. I love it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Bug holes are a feature.
Hey, Bill, will that hold water?
Say that again?
I say, will that hold water?
No. No. No, you could see through it in places.
Yeah.
Did you
Anyway,
find any bugs while you were turning it?
this is no, this is very, very old. It's been probably cut 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it's
Beautiful.
quite fun and very light because there's not much left. Anyway,
Right.
we'll see whether I can find a home for it. That's it for tonight.
Very cool. I
great,
like
Bill.
that piece, Bill. Thanks a
Thank you.
lot.
Yeah. I like
All
them
right,
bucket
Dane.
pizzas too.
All right, Dane, I'm gonna shift it back to you because I don't have anybody else on my list.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's see.
I
Pocket
have one
40.
thing. I have one thing to share.
Go ahead, Al.
Uh,
Got to turn your camera on, Al.
oh well, yeah, that might help too, isn't it?
Details.
Details. I have a little scrubbing bubble.
Hey, you got a little grimace
Oh.
too.
Got a little point on the top of his head.
Is that your knot head?
That's my knucklehead.
That's cool. He does. He looks like one of the scrubbing
I'm
bubbles.
just talking about the way the grain was. That's why I put those little goofy eyes there, But that's my little scrubbing bubble. You know.
So now I'm glad you're here. So steady rest. There was either last week or week before last, there was a conversation. I think Sheila was talking about getting a steady rest or just got a steady rest or
Sheila's on, isn't she? Sheila's on.
Heather was looking to get one, and I said I got one
okay.
after
Okay.
I was going to make one, but got a good deal on one.
Right. And then so so within the chats, we were talking about which ones various folks had. There were several of us that said that we had Carter Products Steady Rest, which is what I have for my 3520. And then Al has got. Do you have yours set up, Al, that you're working on?
What? My what? What are you talking about?
The Steady Rest modification.
No, I took it off. What I just showed earlier, the little spindle thing.
Okay,
no,
got
I
it,
haven't.
right.
I haven't taken it
And
off.
so there's and I can't remember the gentleman's name. And maybe Scott will remember.
I know what you're gonna say.
But he's got a steady rest that he makes and uses, and he just uses the rocker arms at 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. There is no arm coming down from 11 or 12, to hold the center down. And the reasoning being is that as you're going in and hollowing, all that force is coming down, and down into the bottom two rockers. And I was just curious,
I actually after the last I on Facebook the past week, Cap always says that he wants to have us show him projects from the beginning to the end. And I have on Facebook the log, this part.
Right.
At just this afternoon, I put on there my steady rest, and it's on there. And yeah, what Dane is talking about is I only had two wheels going. What we say, 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock, and it was it was this piece, the piece that I showed. It was the piece that I showed tonight, and I had it right at this point right here, and only had, like I said, just 2 points at 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock, and I had it up to about 700, and it was. I don't know, Dane. I know that you know the guy's name. I know you know the guy's name.
Yeah, right.
But yes.
I do, but I can't.
As the force is coming
I'll figure
towards
it out
you.
and I'll put it on the Facebook page later because I'm not going to remember it tonight. I'll go back through my Instagram and look on it. I was just checking with Scott being on if he remembered.
But yes, I put like a 15-second video at what I was doing just this afternoon with this, and I have two roller skating wheels, and they got lights in them, so it's spinning like this on my steady rest. So it's goofy.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
So you get a light show, Al, right?
Go check it out there, Sue. Yeah, it's a light show.
Be fun.
How you doing? What you've been making?
Me?
Yes, you.
All right. I have not been in, I was going to share this on Off Hours. I haven't been in my studio for 4 years since my mom moved in with us. My mom has Alzheimer's. I just got in my studio on Saturday and I was just practicing, beads and coves. Keep your fingers crossed. I hope I get back out there.
Yeah, I do too.
You'll do it. Just take your time.
Take your time. It'll happen when it happens.
All right, guys. Well, Doug says he's finished the bottom of his piece, so let's go see how that looks.
There we go. Now you can hear me.
Ooh.
Top still
Yeah.
looks the same. There's the bottom.
There you go.
Sanded
nice.
off. Used
I'll
a
tell you what,
180
Doug.
grit on the drill and just finished that out. So it's coved just slightly, and then used my laser to burn my logo and stuff in. So there you go.
Now you don't think
Nice.
you're gonna sell that?
If I work on this crack a little bit, I will. It's really not bad. And it's tight. It doesn't move. It's not so thin that it moves. I don't know. I'll look at it some more probably tomorrow. I'll sleep on it and decide if I want to try to fix it or just put it out there. I may just put it out there and see what happens.
Maybe your customers are just knuckleheads. You know that?
I would not argue that. Not at all.
I'm just saying. I mean, people who know what goes on knows that happens. I mean, I remember Wayne Clasper talking one time. He had a bull that shifted like 2 inches.
Oh yeah.
And that thing, he said he sold it the first week he had it there.
Right. Right.
I mean, okay, you remember that? Okay, sure.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Yeah,
saw it when he turned it, and I saw it a couple weeks later after it had warped. It was bad.
That's called nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you put a Phil Anderson on there, That's what he pulled. That's what he does.
That's what we did. Yeah.
That's what Phil Anderson puts hey, this is what the wood gave me.
Yep. Anyway, just wanted to show you that's typically how I finish off most of my bowls. If I have a tenon, I just finish it out just like that. If I use a recess, while it's still on the chuck originally, before I turn it around, I'll go ahead and put the same laser burn inside that recess. And then all I have to do is come back and sand the edges of the recess and we're done.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
Yeah, bye. Anytime.
All right. So I don't have anything else. Dane? Let's see Dane. He's not at his desk.
Beating the
people
cats.
are being admitted. We're going to stay on you, Doug.
Oh, well. So what do we got? Andy,
I don't
it's
know.
good to see you in tonight.
Around. I'm looking around my shelves here. I don't have anything I could pop in and show.
Let me grab this piece right here. Y'all have seen it, but I've worked on it since you saw it. This was a piece of. I'm still seeing Al.
I see Doug.
I'm seeing you.
Are you okay?
Now Brenda.
Now I'm seeing Brenda.
I'm
Anyway,
a
there we
spotlight.
are.
Yeah, it's shifting to the person who's talking, but now I
There
got
we
you
go.
spotlighted. So go.
This is that piece of cedar that I experimented with just to see how the Salisbury Crafts colors would work on it, and they work
Oh, yeah.
tremendously well. I cleaned the rim off, so I've got that clean red rim all the way around, and I got the bottom done. Again, left it natural so that you could see what the wood is, even though it's got this great color. You got greens and blues and yellows, and that area of chatoyance, even with the color on it, is just amazing. And it's on the other side. It's not quite as bright, but you can still see it.
Yep.
I did not put any green on here. This only has two colors, yellow and blue. And so where they mixed, they made greens. Even this crack down through here, it was suggested that I do some 5-minute epoxy and put some acrylic paint into it, make it black. That's what I did. And I was surprised. I thought the epoxy would reject the acrylic paint, but it did not. It mixed in very, very well. And then the yellow and blue made a beautiful green streak down through there. I kind of highlighted it intentionally. Same with this area here. This was a knot that was it wanted to fall out at one time. I had some super glue in there, but I put a little of that black epoxy in there as well, just to level it. And it worked extremely well. Like I said, there is no green paint on here or stain, whatever that stuff is. It's yellow and blue is all that I used, and just let them mix. So yeah, colors will mix and just do some fun stuff. Right there, that's really dark green until you get over to this area and you get a real nice blue. I didn't get any yellow in there. I tried to keep some blue as well as some yellow, but I did get just a little blue in there. But anyway, that turned out pretty nicely. I still got to put a couple more coats of lacquer on it and buff it out before I'll be happy with it. It's just not smooth right now. You can feel all the inconsistencies, even the inconsistency in the lacquer itself. So, cause some of it like, yeah, right there, you can see where it looks a little dryish. Right through this area. That's where where the lacquer has soaked in, even though I use sanding sealer on it, it still is soaking in. So I got to get a couple more coats of lacquer, let that cure, then I can buff it and it'll be smooth as glass.
What
So anyway,
product did you use, Doug?
the
What
colors
product?
the colors were Salisbury Crafts.
Salisbury Craft. Okay, thank
They're out of Australia.
you. Okay.
I understand there is a new distributor for that, but we won't go into that right now. Read between the lines. I mean, I've done several things here lately. I think I showed most of this stuff to y'all, maybe even last week. Piece that I did up in northern Ohio. That's a piece of oak. That was some dunnage that I got from a recycler. And that tenon is what held that for all the hollowing. That was sized just to barely fit the chuck, and it worked perfectly. I didn't go back and sand it or anything. Same with this one, just a little. It's almost a sake cup. It's a little bit bigger than that, but again, the tenon was such that it fit perfectly. I had a perfect circle around it. No need to come back and sand. So I finished that outside, came back, hollowed the inside, and it was perfect. This one I did on a tenon. That's a piece of my hackberry, and I took my tenon off because I wanted a flat bottom or a smooth bottom there, and all three of these I've got to go back and laser them before I take them to the store. Probably take
You
them
were
to
in
the store.
northern Ohio or southern Ohio?
Those three were done in northern Ohio. I was in Middlefield, up at Hartville Hardware, at the new Hartville Hardware. It was their big grand opening. They had log splitters and sawmills and all that stuff outside. I even got a piece of their firewood that they had split and turned a wing bowl out of that. I left it up there. I didn't like it anyway, so I just left it up there. It
I
was,
wanted to come out and see you that weekend, but life bit me in the teeth.
yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, hard to tell, about an hour
I'll probably get the opportunity to go back up there. It won't be too long before I get to go, but
Oh yeah, maybe I'll get
Where
out
was
there.
it?
they're good folks up there.
Oh yeah,
Great.
Where'd you say
Very
it
cool.
was?
The new one is in Middlefield. The original store is in Hartville. This is, I don't know how far it is between Hartville and Middlefield. But the new store is it's a small one. It's a piddly 85,000 square feet. The original store is, they tell me it's like 300,000 square feet. When I walked in it, I thought this place reminds me of something, and it took me a while. In fact, I told Ernie Conover, I said Friday, I said this reminds me of someplace, but I can't put my finger on it. Saturday morning, I walked in, it dawned on me what it reminded me of. It reminded me of Buc-ee's, with all its vastness and wide open, good lighting, good signage, all of that stuff. It reminds me of Buc-ee's.
Wow.
But it's geared to my taste. Hardware, turning stuff, woodworking stuff. It's a great store.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very
If you've
cool.
never been to of course, they're only in Ohio, but I've been to the original one several different times.
Yeah,
back
it's
when I was
great.
living. It's
Yeah.
just, you can get lost in yourself and the store itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Your
Yeah,
wallet is never big enough.
the new one it's not that vast, but still 85,000 square feet is a lot of
Right.
space.
a lot of store there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's their puny one. The big one has 3 buildings inside the building.
And
Stick
you can
built.
order online from Hartville Tool,
Absolutely.
and you'll be hard pressed to beat their tool and equipment prices as well.
Right, right.
Just because of
Yeah.
the volume and the relationships that they have with dealers and the
Right.
vendors. So
I'm wanting to go online and order a chuck from them. It's an Axminster companion chuck, has the carriers but no jaws, and all my excess Nova jaws will fit it. So that'll give me a first class chuck. So
right.
looking forward to that.
Yeah, you'll like that. Actually,
Yeah, I just got to pull the trigger on it. Yep.
Yeah, I went out and bought the Record Power companion chuck.
Yeah, I said Axminster. It's a Record Power. Yeah. And
It's the first
Hartville
time I
carries
had a
it.
geared chuck, and I love them.
Yep. Yep.
It's better or worse, but I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just for you guys' knowledge, is the new Raycon chucks
Yep.
are compatible also with Nova and Record Power.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Cool.
And that's
I
the
just
the
tried
primary
jaws
chuck
on
from
a
Woodcraft
Raycon
now.
and it works.
Yeah. Raycon is the new standard for Woodcraft now.
They're in cahoots with Nova, with Tompkin Tools.
Yeah.
They're going to be the new American version of Nova, is what I was told.
Interesting. Interesting.
Not
Yeah.
so sure about that, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
That's what I was told by the guy that was at the trade show and talked to the Nova and the Raycon truck dealer, and he works
Okay.
for Wood.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
All right, folks. Well, Daniel
Brilliant.
Smith says he's got something else to show. So what you got, Daniel?
Oh, I'd been working on this for quite a while. Let me. Hopefully that takes care of the echo.
Nope, you added it back.
See you worse. How's that?
That's better.
Okay. I'd been working on this. This was just a piece of, I don't even know. Oh, it was a piece of plum. And I dyed the backside. Everything was nice and it come out really beautiful.
Okay. And I did it in red or magenta. And then I used yellow on the inside and was trying to make a sunset. Well, it kept turning darker and darker green. And it was very funky. And it just keeps sucking in the finish I put on there. So that's why it's still like this. But this is a live edge going all the way around, except for right here where a chainsaw went through it. And I think it'll be all right when it's done, but it's not smooth like I like on the inside. It's got some ripples in it, like right here. It's got a divot, but it
No,
just wouldn't.
it's a
You couldn't get it to harden up. It was just so punky.
very interesting piece.
But I thought it would be a nice candy dish when it was done.
Very
It's
pretty.
good.
And
Yep,
you
sure
could
will.
see, you could see it
Hold it
did
up.
come off. It come off the lathe a couple times.
Mm.
Put it back on. But yeah, this is work in progress.
Cool.
Very
It
nice.
looks good.
Looking good.
Gonna look
Nothing,
good.
nothing sellable.
Not yet.
Hey,
Not
hey,
yet.
Doug. Hey, Doug.
Yeah.
Next time you go to Hartville Tools, take one of our level up posters and ask them if they'll put it on their bulletin board. I did it here at Woodcraft,
Ah, okay.
at the new Woodcraft store in Appleton.
Yeah.
That store talked to the store in Madison, and I had to email them a copy because
There
they
you go.
wanted to put it up too.
Sure.
So just
I'm
for
in
you guys that go out and do demos, try to get our level up stuff out to the general
Right.
public. 'Cause some
Sure.
people may not have heard of it.
I need to get that I need to get that downloaded so I can. I'm in good standing with the Woodcraft in Dayton, and he'll put it up, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'd be
Cool.
great. I'll do a share screen here and show. So it's just here on the main,
Woodcraft's
just here on
closing.
the main page. And
Yeah.
where is? Oh no, where's it at? Where's the printable one at?
Just click on that one, Dane. Click on that one and it'll take you to the level up page, and then the printable one is down the page right there.
Okay. It's moved on me. It's not there.
You just click.
That-
I just clicked on the poster and printed the poster from this page. That one you can print.
Okay. I was looking at for the one that we did up.
He changed it around on us.
Yeah, he did.
Is it under oh, give me a moment and I'll find it. I'm sorry.
You moved it.
You know the
That's
one
what
I'm
I
talking.
didn't mean to move it
You know
on
the
you.
one I'm talking about.
I think I do. You had a special one, and I'm trying to remember where it ended up. It ended up under contacts, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, there's a handout at the bottom of the contacts.
There it is. So under contact, Worldwide Woodturners handout. And then that's the one that's printable here. So print a stack of them, and whenever you're going to an event, if you want, and get the word out, not only about us, but also about Level Up. See if we can't build things even bigger and better.
Absolutely.
I'll have to put it back on the front page for a while.
Even the Woodcraft that the two of them that I sent the stuff to, they wanted the whole program, so I sent them the whole thing, and they printed it all out, everything, the bios and everything, and put it next to the poster so people could read it, which I thought was extraordinary.
Right.
My Woodcraft is closing.
That is happening. Yes.
Yeah, you gotta take yours down to Rockler now, Andy.
Oh, I don't want to go to Rockler.
I know, but for the good of the group.
I could. They seemed like that old guy disappeared. Everybody else been nice when I got down there.
Yeah.
It was just a one-time thing.
Yeah, maybe he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And,
Yeah,
he could have been having a bad day, bad week, bad year.
it could have been.
Yeah.
The guy tells me to lie to
Well,
my old lady. That's like, no.
Right. We all have those moments sometimes.
Yeah.
Some of us have them more often than others, but
True. Yeah, Rockler ain't bad. It's just Robinson Township outside west of PA is just such a miserable traffic. It is so high traffic.
Right. Yeah.
Very popular, huge mall. And it's
Sounds
just,
like you need to retire, Andy, and move out of Pennsylvania.
That Sheila.
Oh,
Thank you,
I
Sheila.
only got 3 neighbors. I ain't moving out of my area. And they're on the other side of the road.
Right. Right. And then just for housekeeping, so it's top of the hour. The main meeting is over with. Thank you, everybody that has hung out with us tonight, that wanted to pop in and be a part of this great experience at Worldwide Woodturners. Look forward to seeing you next week, and same place, same time. We've got a good program lined up again next week. Got a fantastic demonstrator. Can't tell you who it is off the top of my head. But then if it was on the top of my head, I still wouldn't tell you. Got to keep that intrigue, keep you coming back, So with that, for all us American folk, happy Thanksgiving. And for our Canadian folks and our folks over in Europe, we'll see you next week.